Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, depending on where you're watching me here on YouTube. And welcome back to your wedding series. We are planning your wedding starting at age 14. Now, I know that nobody gets married at 14 anymore, but we are talking about going back to the beginning and things that you could do from age 14 leading up to that age of getting engaged. That's going to be a different age for everybody. Not everybody's going to get engaged at the exact same time, but we are talking about ways to start preparing for marriage and the wedding ahead of time. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What is your wedding series? Your wedding series is all of those wedding events that lead up to your wedding day. And those events include the proposal. It includes the bridesmaid's proposal, groomsmen's proposal, the engagement party, the engagement photo shoot, as well as having a bachelorette party, bachelor party, wedding dress shopping or gown shopping, a hen do, depending on what country that you're in. Not everybody has a bachelor party or a bachelorette party. And then you also have the welcome party for those guests who don't necessarily live where you'd be having the wedding, or you could be doing like a destination wedding where like everyone gets to be part of the big, huge welcome party rather than having it small and intimate. There's the rehearsal dinner and rehearsal, which comes the day before the wedding. So you get to practice walking down the aisle. And you also have, of course, the get ready with me on the morning of the wedding. That's like an event in itself, you guys. That is definitely a to-do. And then you have the wedding day ceremony and the wedding day reception. Now, some people also have an after party. You don't have to do all these parties, but some people pick and choose some, and some people do all of them plus even more. Okay. So not everybody has all of these events, but some people will add a few extras in there. And like I said, this includes everything from the proposal all the way to the wedding day ceremony and the reception. Now, why am I here? Why am I here? I'm your content creator, and I provide wedding videography for not just your wedding day, but all of those wedding events that we talked about, from the proposal to the wedding ceremony and reception and everything in between. And so you're going to be trying to hold your phone, trying to capture all those moments. And so is your bridal party, your guests. They're also going to be trying to, get that winning shot and that winning video and that winning photo, because they all think that they are photographers and videographers. And we all do. We all think that. But you don't want to walk down the aisle or be at your dress shopping or at your engagement party and everyone's holding a phone directly into your face. You want people to be focused on you that day. You want to see their smiling faces. You want those hugs. How are they going to hug you with their hand and trying to hold their purse and other things in their hands, right? So it's important for everybody to be hands-free and allow me to be your paparazzi, because that's what I am. I am your paparazzi. I will be able to create all your content because we're definitely living in a content creator world. And so that's why I am going to be there to help you with all of that. Okay, that's my job. That's what I do. So, wedding series are about all these wedding events, and it's about your love story. It's all about telling your love story through these wedding events. And so in order to capture those events, like I said, that's why I'm there, and I get to do all of that for you. So lights, camera, action. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Here's a little advice from me, your content creator, to help your story unfold. You guys, we are now in episode 7. Okay, technically this would be episode 8, but we had a part 2 to episode 4, so we are in episode 7. We are in episode 7, and this is titled How to Date for Marriage. How to date for marriage. Now, we talked about dating the right way for marriage before he proposes. Today we're talking about how to put this in practice now. How to actually put it in practice. How to walk this thing out, okay? And so if you're taking notes, once again, this is your wedding series, episode 7, How to Date for Marriage. All right, you guys. So I told you it was going to get spicy today, right? I told you. And these are not going to be people's go-tos when it comes to dating for marriage. They're not going to want to go to this. They're not going to want to do these things. They're going to fight me tooth and nail. But what have I said through every episode? You don't have to take any of my advice. This is here to help you to be a stronger adult, a stronger person, and a stronger husband, wife, father, and mother, okay? And helpmates out there. So you don't have to take any of it. Well, let's just start. Let's just start because I already know y'all gonna be mad. I already know. I wish you were gonna be mad. But let's just get into it. So, how to date for marriage. Group settings. Group settings. Go on dates in a group. You don't need to be going on a date by yourself. You're getting to know this person. You're dating for marriage. You're not dating casually. And there's no real reason why the two of you need to be alone in the car, alone in each other's apartments. Remember, we talked about you shouldn't even be moving out anyways. I say shouldn't, and it's not really shouldn't. This is just advice to help you if you want to do it. If you want to do these things. And so you are dating in a group setting. This could be with family members. Maybe your family likes to celebrate everybody's birthday, which I think is so amazing. I grew up in Texas, and in Texas, we have a very, very strong, diverse community of people from all over the country. And like, it is like an actual melting pot. I know people like to say where they live is a melting pot, but Texas is a true melting pot from people from all over the world. And what I've noticed is that like they have this closeness, and that every single birthday they're celebrating. So every weekend they are out celebrating someone's birthday, and they do it big, you guys. They are not at restaurants. They usually are at someone's house, and they're cooking up a bunch of food. They are cooking up a bunch of desserts. There's tons and tons of games. It's a to-do. It's exciting. There's sometimes a theme. I love a good theme. I love a good theme, you guys. So much. And so weddings are not the only time to gather and to get together for everyone to get together as a family. So if you don't have this already incorporated into your family, let me suggest that. Let me tell you, that would be so amazing for more families to get together for all of the birthdays every single year, all year long. Okay. So dating in a group setting. Maybe your friends like to get together and have game night like that. You know, you don't need to be going on dates alone. Okay. Another reason why this is good is for accountability. Now you won't be doing things that you're not supposed to be doing. We did talk about respect and disrespect of one's bodies and of each other's bodies. And so it's important to have accountability. And if you're dating in a group setting, guess what? You're going to have accountability. You are going to have accountability. And so many people find themselves, stuck because now they're holding hands. Now they're kissing. Now they're giving really, really long hugs. Now they're doing other things to each other's bodies, behind doors where no one's looking, and it's gone too far. And now they feel like, okay, now I have to be with this person. Now I have to stay with them because now the hormones have been revved up. They feel very close to this person. And so now they feel like, okay, well, I really love this person and there's no way we can ever break up. And then the other person feels like, well, I don't really like them that much. And so I'm going to leave. So horrible, 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 horrible. In order to avoid these things when you're dating for marriage and you're not in this casual way of dating, be in group settings, okay? Maybe there is a group that you meet with once or twice a week. Maybe like you guys already are starting to do things together, like maybe you have a Bible study group that you can meet with that's for either whatever your age group is, and then you guys can have a community of people that are there helping to keep you accountable. Your family, your Bible study groups, your friends. That's a lot of different ways to be able to date in a group setting, okay, with accountability. So it's really not that bad. I know that everybody is like, no, like I can never do that. Like, I just want to be alone in the car with them. Don't be alone in the car. If you don't have a ride to get to the group setting date, ask a family member to take you, take the bus, take Uber, Lyft, take a taxi. There's another way for you to get there that you do not have to have the other person to pick you up that you're dating for marriage, okay? Just don't do it. It's going to lead to all kinds of other nonsense, all kinds of mess, and you just don't want it. You just don't want it. Remember, we're dating with intention. So let's continue and talk about some of those intentions. Oh, you guys, I love this. I love talking about this. And I hope that if you have questions that you will just ask, you will just discuss it with me or with somebody, okay? With me or with somebody. Okay. We talked about why you are dating in a group setting, the accountability portion of this. Let's talk about things to look for. Oh, yes, while you are dating for marriage. Things to look for while you are dating for marriage. You need to be on the lookout of some stuff, okay? You need to be on the lookout for some stuff when it comes to the other person that you are dating, all right? Some things, all right? So one of those things is definitely how they handle conflict. How they handle conflict between you, how they handle conflict with their parents, how they treat their parents, okay? Is it with respect? Do they even have a relationship with their parents or with their siblings? Red flags, you guys. And then also with friends. You know, how do they handle conflicts with coworkers? Are they every day complaining about, you know, well, I don't get along with this person. Now I don't get along with that person. And now this person. And now this person. That's not good. Red flags. Okay. Red flags. I'm not saying that we need to get along with everybody, but if it's a constant theme that you are noticing with this person, I'm just saying, be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Okay, let's talk about what else we're looking out for. We're looking out for disagreements, you know, problem solving. So disagreements and problem solving. We talked about, you know, conflicts, conflict resolutions, disagreements, how they are. Are they constantly in a battle with somebody in their life, whether it be coworkers, friends, family members, you? Are they constantly arguing with you? Like, that's going to be a good foreshadowing of how your marriage is going to go here, guys. And I'm not saying that people can't work on themselves, but it would be amazing if they went back to episodes 1 through 6 and looked at how starting at age 14, you could already be learning how to deal with conflicts and have conflict resolutions in your life. You know, we're now fast forwarding to the age of when you're starting to date. Hopefully it's not at 14 years old. Hopefully it's when you're dating, you know, you're a little bit older, you're after college. That's what I would prefer for you. I know, another unpopular opinion, but I think that you need to be working on yourself and working on who you want to be, as well as like your career and jobs and things like that, and becoming a strong man, becoming a strong woman, learning how to be a helpmate, learning how to be a wife and mother before you start dating. Okay? And that's going to take some time. So from age 14 to 22, that's right, you heard me right, I don't think you should be dating. I don't even think you should be dating at all. Okay? So we're at like 22, 23-year-old you right now. Okay. Now I know, like I said, I know y'all don't want to hear this stuff. I know this is not something that people want to talk about or even want to discuss or even admit to themselves that they are not doing so great in. Okay. And that's dating. All right. They don't want to admit that that part of their checklist is horrible. It's doing horrible. They're not doing a good job of it. They're not. And they might be following the wrong model. The wrong model, and you guys know what I'm talking about, the world's model on dating, and that's not it. That's not the business. That's not the business, especially when you're dating for marriage. Okay? Because, I mean, guys, I have a huge shocker for you. I have a huge shocker for you. The definition of marriage is not what you think it is. Many people think that because they get a piece of paper by the government that they are married. Being married is you laying down with someone, having intercourse with somebody. You're already married. How many people have you married? How many people have you married? That's what I'm saying. We're talking about accountability. We're talking about dating for marriage. Don't step out of order. Don't step out of order. Okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? So that's being respectful to your bodies. You've got to be respectful to your bodies. I told you guys we were going there. Y'all didn't believe me, but we were going there. All right. How do they spend their free time? How is the other person spending their free time? When they're not at work, when they're not at school, maybe they're still in college or grad school at this point in their life. How are they spending their free time? You're being observant of these things. You're watching out for these things, okay? Are they exercising? Are they meal prepping? Are they babysitting and learning how to be a good father, a good mother? You know, like babysitting other people's, children or younger siblings, or, volunteering somewhere to do that? Are they, spending their free time doing maintenance around the house at their parents' home? Helping to balance the checkbooks and looking at finances. Are they saving money? Are they getting rid of their debt? All these things that we talked about from episodes 1 through 6. Now you're observing it, guys. Now that you're dating for marriage, you are putting it into practicality. What am I doing? How do I date for marriage? This is how. This is how. This is how. And I know that this is about a wedding series. This is about getting to all those special events, all of those engagement party stuff, and the bridesmaids proposals, and how to make a bridesmaids proposal box. We're going to get there. Don't worry, the fun is coming. The excitement is coming. But this is exciting too. And I want you to be excited about this portion as well. Okay? This is so important to your future self. And even right now, just becoming an actual adult. Okay? Learning how to care for yourself, checking on your mental stability, taking time for just you each morning, even, fixing up your hair, taking care of yourself. We're going to get there. Hold on. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going here. Okay. Are they a hard worker? Like we talked about. Observing, are they going to work every day? Do they have a job? Or are they in college still? Are they still a student? Are they missing days at school? Are they have perfect attendance at school and work? They put pride in taking care of their health to not be sick. They do their very, very best. They're also washing their hands. Guys, I know what? Washing their hands? Oh, I said it. I said it. I have literally met people that I've observed come out of the restroom and did not wash their hands. It's nasty. It's nasty. Okay? You're looking at all that. You are looking at all of that. That is nasty. Okay? Do you want the person touching you eventually when you get married, touching you, kissing on you, holding your hand, hugging you, and they don't even wash their hands? I told you guys we were going there today. I told you we were going there today. And I know that this is not the most popular things to talk about, but I'm just keeping it real. Are they doing those things? Okay. Are they a hard worker? Do they have a job? Like, do they find it that it's important for them to important that even though they're living at home with their parents right now, to save money and to have support, guidance from their parents, are they finding it, that they're actually paying their parents a little something to stay there as well? Are they paying their car notes on time? Or are they always late? You're observing these things, and you'll get to hear about it whenever you guys are together talking. You're asking questions. You're listening whenever they're talking, right? Being an active listener. Let's keep going. Here we go. How do they groom themselves? How do they groom themselves? Is it a standard that you like? Okay. Do you feel like they stink? What? I'm being serious. Can you smell them? Do they stink or do they smell good? It's important that you understand that that's part of grooming yourself. Do they wake up in the morning and brush their teeth? You can tell that someone has brushed their teeth, or someone who takes naps all day and don't go brush their teeth after their nap. You got to start all over if you take naps. If people who take naps, you got to start all over again. Wash your face, brush your teeth, fix your hair, fix your clothing. Or are they just looking disheveled? They just looking disheveled every day. And you can't even see it because, oh, he's so cute. He's so handsome. He's so smart. Those things are wonderful, right? We talked about how incredible those things are. But do they also groom themselves? You got to be attracted to the person. So they do need to be cute. They need to be cute. But are they grooming themselves? Okay. Do they get haircuts? Women, are you taking care of yourself? Do you stink? Okay. Proper hygiene, guys, is important for both genders. It's important. So we're talking about dating for marriage. This is well before you even get engaged. Well before. We're just talking about the dating years. Okay. It could be years for some people. You might be 40 years old and still dating for marriage. Still dating for marriage. You might be 40 years old and still dating for marriage. Still trying to wait patiently, ladies, for that man to ask you to marry them and that they're also the right fit for you. And men, you might be still searching for that lady. You're out there searching for that lady that's the right fit for you. So you might be 40 years old. Be patient. Be patient and be taking care of yourself. Be working on these things, okay? To when that person does come along, that now you're just ready. You've got a job, you got a career, you know how to take care of children, you know how to cook and meal prep, you know how to be an active listener, you are emotionally stable. All these things. All these things. And we're going to talk about emotional stability as well. Let's go there right now. Emotional stability. Okay? You know how to grasp when someone else is talking about really sad stuff. You're just not going to ignore them and sweep it under the rug and pretend like, oh, nothing is going on. I hate that, you guys. I hate that. That's not a good look. That's not okay. Someone's like boo-hooing, and there's these people that are so emotionally dead that like they're just staring at. They don't even know what to do. They don't know how to console another human being. You're working on this before you even get to dating for marriage. There's people in your life that are going to go through stuff. Children are going to fall and hurt themselves. You're just going to ignore it. Your parents are going to come home with something that happened with them from work, or a loved one died. Some things are going to happen before you even get to the marriage stage of your life. And that person is going through sad times and you don't know how to console them. What is going on with our world? What is happening? Okay. So you make sure that you understand emotional stability, hopefully before you get to this point of dating for marriage. Okay. Hopefully. All right. And then also the other side is happiness. Does someone even know whenever you're happy? Guys, I know it sounds silly. I hear myself too. Wow, somebody doesn't know how to console someone. Oh, somebody doesn't know how to be happy. You wouldn't, guys, listen, you wouldn't believe it. But there are people who they don't have any emotional spectrum at all. Zero. So you want to make sure that you are emotionally stable, okay? The other realm of it is people who just cry and cry and cry and cry. And I've met this with men as well. I know that it can be very, very difficult to have a breakup. I get that. But you can't just stay and wallow in it and put yourself in a ball for weeks and weeks on end. Okay? You got to pull yourself up and you got to get stable. Okay? So you understand how to handle life's things. Things are going to go great for us sometimes, and things are going to go really, really bad. The world can be super crappy in our life at times too. Okay? But you got to be able to handle both and all of it. You got to. And that's why I say emotionally stable. You're looking out for these things. Red flags. All right, let's talk about caring, being a caring person towards others, their parents, and you. Okay? So a caring person, does it feel like to you that they care? Do they care about you? Not that just that they like you so much, you're so pretty, you're so smart, you're so handsome, all those things, right? Not that, but that they actually care about you. Okay? And you can tell when somebody actually cares. You need to stop and be looking at these things and feeling these things while you're dating for marriage. Because like I said, people just kind of jump the gun and they go right into holding hands, kissing, and making out, and all these other things, disrespecting each other's bodies, and they don't even know if the person really even cares about them. You guys know I'm keeping it real. You guys know I'm keeping it real right now. I'm keeping it real. All right. So let's talk about being respectful of the definition of dating for marriage. Dating for marriage the right way, not talking about the worldly way that's confused everybody all these decades. We're talking about the right way, all right? Respecting that definition for each other is so important, because somebody could say, yes, I am dating for marriage. This is what I'm doing. I want to stay on this course. And then once they get into a relationship, they want to decide, nope, that's out the window. If she doesn't sleep with me, has intercourse with me, she's out. I'm breaking up with her. I've changed my mind. I don't want to do it. What are you going to do, lady? What are you going to do, woman, that's been literally preparing yourself for dating for marriage, okay? Living at home with your parents, all the things. And now this person has decided in your relationship, you know what? I'm done with her if she doesn't put out. What are you going to do? Are you going to go ahead and just put out? You're dating for marriage. You're dating so that things will be different than how you've seen other people do it and it failed. Not saying everybody, okay? Not saying everybody, but the percentage is pretty high, okay? Pretty high. Another reason why we have such a high divorce percentage. As much as we have weddings every day going on in this world, we also have a lot of divorces going on, okay? So let's just be real. Let's just be real about it, okay? So, like I said, being respectful of that definition of dating for marriage, okay? It's being respectful of each other's bodies and not making out, holding hands, kissing, all that stuff. You don't need to be doing any of that. You don't need to be doing any of that for dating for marriage. You just don't. You just don't. It just mutters the waters. It mutters your judgment. It leads to hormones revving up. And then boom, now you found yourself alone with this person and things are going out of control. And now you don't know what to do. Now you're just going with it. And that's not, no. Okay. Just no. All right. Now we're looking at alignment of values and morals. We talked about this till we're blue in our faces, making sure that we're watching out about how their morals and values align with yours, whatever they might be. If you are a Christian who goes to church on Sunday and Wednesday, and you want that person that comes alongside you to also be doing that, If they're not doing it during the dating for marriage stage, what makes you think that when you get married, they're going to be doing it? Okay. You can take your chances and just see what happens if you want. You can. Nobody's saying that you don't have to do it. No one's saying that people can't change during the dating stage, right? I'm not saying that, because they can. There's lots of people who do. But just know it's going to be a challenge. And you may be the one changing. You may be the one that stops going to church, stops going to Bible study because of the other person. Did you think about that? Did you think about that? You might be the one changing for that person. You lose yourself. You lose your identity. All the things that we've been working up for to this point in our life of dating for marriage, out the window. Out the window, because the other person, you decided you were so smitten over and things were aligning at first, but now they want to go flip the script. Well, guess what? If you weren't holding hands, if you weren't kissing, if you weren't making out, maybe when you see these things, you will decide, okay, maybe we need to regroup. Maybe we need to have a real talk about our relationship. And maybe this is not working. Maybe this is not working. Okay? You have to be real. You have to be real, because this is going to define now the rest of the relationship on into marriage. It's getting spicy, guys. It's revving up. It's getting spicy. You're becoming older. You need to know what you want. You need to know what you want and what you're looking for. Okay? And it's important to go back to these things. That's why we were journaling. That's why we were putting it down, because you're going to forget. You're going to forget once you're in the moment. You're going to forget. And I don't want you to forget. This is a very serious part of your life. Okay? It's important and it's serious. So take it serious. All right. Let's talk about deal breakers and non-negotiables. Deal breakers and non-negotiables. What can you live with? What do you think you're going to be able to live with? What are some deal breakers? If you came into that relationship and said, no, I don't want someone who plays video games, that's not what I want to define my marriage or be a part of my marriage, and that person plays video games every single day, what makes you think that they're going to change just because they got married? Huh? What makes you think it? It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. Is that a deal breaker for you? Is it a deal breaker? Okay. The other person is spending so much time with their friends. They literally have so many activities a week, like during the week, that like they barely have time for you. They squeeze you in, you know, for an hour a week. What makes you think that that's going to change when they get married? It could. I'm not saying that it couldn't. I'm saying that it could, right? But that's going to be very difficult. Maybe this is a time that you're really observing that and being like, you know, I don't know. I don't know. And I'm not saying you need to spend every day with each other, because you still need to have your own identities, your individual identities, and still be who you are, right? You still need your own hobbies and activities. It's important. But you also need some hobbies and activities together, or then why are you together? Are you just getting married because now you get to have, like, you know, intercourse with that person? No, that should not be enough of a reason, guys. No, because it's not going to keep you together. I'll tell you that right now. It's not going to keep you together. So making sure that you know what your non-negotiables are, what your deal breakers are, what you're willing to live with and not live with. Okay? Because if not, you guys, it's going to be a very, very challenging road. And it is still going to be challenging. Marriage, weddings, all of it is challenging. And it starts with planning the wedding. It's so difficult to plan a wedding. And that's why we're here, giving this advice, so that each and every day you've got somebody for an entire year that's going to be helping you to plan your wedding better than what it's being planned now. Okay? Nowadays, you go out and you hire a wedding planner and you spend thousands of dollars, upwards of $4,000 to $6,000 to $8,000 for a wedding planner that you barely even see throughout that year or two. You barely even see them. Barely. Okay? You're going to get to see me every day for a year. Well, except for weekends. I do have a life. Okay? I do have a life. And so you'll get to, and you're getting to ask your questions to me. So take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. I'm excited to be here. This is like, I've been waiting for this year to start when I came up with the idea for this amazing Your Wedding series. Okay? So just remember that. You get to curate it for you. You get to take as much of this advice that you want for yourself because it's for you. It's yours. Your Wedding series. I will see you guys in the next episode. I hope that you like this one. I know that it was spicy. I know that it's different. That it's not something that you are hearing every single day anywhere. It's not the advice that you're getting probably from even your parents. But I'm happy that you watched. I'm happy that you're here. And I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Oh my goodness, guys. We're only on episode 7. A lot of episodes coming up. Bye, guys. See you soon.
Lights, camera, action, baby, strike a pose. Phones and cameras out, just watch it all unfold. We're the stars of the show, ain't no need for filters. Living life through the lens, capturing my thrills. Put away your phones and cameras, let the good times roll. Our content creators got it all under control. From weddings to events, parties, travel and brands, we're living the paparazzi life. It's all in our hands. Lights, camera, action, we're ready to go. We're professionals, don't you already know? From TikTok to Instagram, we're taking the lead.